Hello and welcome back to another Total OS Today weekly report. I don't think I did one last week. I've been enjoying the last days of summer and it's been quite nice here. Alright, a couple things before I go to the weekly channel wrap up here. The latest Skype alpha has been released for Linux. You may want to check that out. I haven't tested it yet. I probably will in my test laptop sometime soon. For all of you fans of Linux Mint 18, the latest KDE version, has been released. Linux Mint was and is still one of my favorites. I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I no longer use Manjaro. That project, that experiment ended for me today. Just one too many bugs. I actually installed, excuse me, the latest Linux Mint 18, the Mate version, in my ThinkPad, and so far it's running quite smoothly. Well, the big news this week has to be, well, two big news items, has to be the Samsung news. They have Samsung has a very unlucky 7. The Note 7, catching fire. If you haven't heard about it, something to do with the battery or the charging process or both. Very, very bad news for Samsung. I'm sure they'll do the right thing and recall all the phones. And there's been talk of them, phones that are not brought back or returned, they will remotely deactivate those phones. And I believe in this situation that is the right thing to do. This past week, a lot of, well, at least some quite popular famous YouTubers, their videos have been demonetized because of unfriendly videos that sponsors do not like. So, and it's really nothing new from what I've read. These guidelines, these YouTube guidelines, it's nothing new. They've been out for a while, except they are being more, well, they're being enforced. So it should not come as no surprise, those of us who can read English, for lack of a better term. But again, this is strictly my opinion. You may want to check that video I posted on my thoughts on YouTube's guidelines. I have a family-friendly channel, so hopefully I won't have that issue for advertisers who deem a channel or a video or a bunch of videos unfriendly. If you haven't already, vote for this month's YouTuber of the Month, the September 2016 YouTuber of the Month. Last month's winner was Countryfied Linux. For all of you Mac users, you may want to take a listen at the last podcast I did, Mac Talk 2, with singer-songwriter Stephanie Forian. She uses only a MacBook Pro Apple technology to create her wonderful music. All the links will be below in the show notes, and check out her voice and some of her thoughts on using Apple versus Windows computers. And finally, happy Star Trek 50th. It was 50 years ago. Yeah, that Star Trek, the original one, first premiered. And lastly, I just want to say this is the 15th, it was 15 years ago. This is the anniversary, of course, of the horrible 9/11 attacks in New York City. I was living in Florida at the time, and I remember that day as if it was yesterday. So all my thoughts and prayers to all of those who did make it and those who have served to keep our country safe. I just want to give a moment of silence to remember that day. Alright, well, that's all I have for this one. I'll catch you guys next week. As always, enjoy your technology, and please don't text and drive. Thank you.